Renowned for her portrayals of Mary Stone in the beloved sitcom The Donna Show and Christine Armstrong in the hit series Coach, Shelley Fabares emerged as an iconic figure in the Hollywood landscape during the 1950s and 1960s. Her remarkable talent not only garnered her 2 prestigious Primetime Emmy Award nominations in the realm of acting, but also catapulted her music career to achieve a remarkable #1 ranking on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Yet beyond the glitz of her successful career, Shelley Fabares has faced her share of adversity, including battles with illness and an ultimately unhappy first marriage. For details on what Shelley went through, watch this video to the end. Before learning about Shelley Fabares' current life, let's start with her early milestones. Shelley, born Michelle Marie Fabares on January 19, 1944, in the sunny town of Santa Monica, California, was destined for stardom from an early age. She was born into a family with strong ties to the entertainment industry as the niece of the renowned singer and comedienne Shelley Fabares. Shelley's introduction to show business was practically written in the stars, and she embraced it with remarkable grace and talent. From the tender age of 3, Shelley began tap dancing, setting the stage for her future in the spotlight. Her journey into the world of modeling commenced during her elementary school years, showcasing her beauty and charisma. However, it was on television that she truly started to make her mark. Shelley's early forays into acting included appearances on TV shows like Captain Midnight, 1954, and Annie Oakley, 1954, where she landed a recurring role. By the time she was 12, Shelley had already ventured into the world of professional filmmaking. Her debut in the tearjerker Never Say Goodbye, 1956, opposite Hollywood icons Rock Hudson and Cornell Borchers, marked the beginning of her impressive cinematic journey. In this film, she portrayed Hudson's daughter, showcasing her acting prowess even at such a young age. Shelley's career continued to thrive as she took on kid sister roles in rock and roll-themed movies like Rock, Pretty Baby, 1956, and its sequel, Summer Love, 1958, both of which featured the talented John Saxon. These films not only allowed her to display her acting skills, but also solidified her status as a beloved young actress during the 1950s. However, what truly set Shelley Fabares apart from many of her 1960s teen queen peers was her ability to evolve successfully into adult roles. Unlike many of her contemporaries who faded into obscurity as they grew older, Shelley continued to captivate audiences with her talent and charm. Shelley Fabares catapulted to teen idol status thanks to her iconic role as the ever-wholesome daughter, Mary Stone, on the beloved television series The Donna Show, which premiered in 1958. This coming-of-age role would prove to be a pivotal moment in her career, setting her on a trajectory toward stardom. For 5 seasons, Shelley portrayed Mary Stone, a character that resonated deeply with audiences. Her portrayal of the quintessential American teenager captured the hearts of viewers across the nation. Alongside her TV brother, Paul Peterson, who played Jeff Stone, they formed an inseparable duo on and off the screen. Their on-screen chemistry was so undeniable that they quickly rose to stardom not only as actors but also as pop singers. During the peak of The Donna Show, Shelley and Paul Peterson became pop sensations in their own right, a testament to their widespread popularity. It was during this period that they embarked on a parallel career in the music industry, despite both of them candidly acknowledging their limited vocal talents. One of the most memorable moments of Shelley's singing career was when she enjoyed a #1 Billboard hit with the breathy and sultry-edged Johnny Angel. The song resonated with fans, solidifying her status as a multi-talented entertainer. As Shelley's fame continued to rise, it became apparent that her character, Mary Stone, would need to gracefully transition from the show. With the character's development in mind, the storyline gently phased Mary out of the show as she embarked on her journey to college. This transition allowed Shelley to explore more grown-up roles in the world of film and television. As Shelley Fabares transitioned into her late teenage years and early adulthood, she underwent a remarkable transformation. Her youthful charm evolved into the striking allure of a curvaceous stunner. While her acting skills had already been showcased in her earlier roles, this new phase of her career presented opportunities to explore a different facet of her talent. She found herself becoming part of the bikini-clad blonde set, taking on top female roles in a series of fun and frolic films that would further cement her status as a Hollywood star. In 1964, Shelley starred in Ride the Wild Surf, a movie that captured the spirit of the era with its surf culture and youthful exuberance. Her presence in the film added to its appeal, and her curvaceous beauty made her a standout on screen. The following year, in 1965, Shelley Fabares appeared alongside the legendary Elvis Presley in Girl Happy. Although not one of Presley's most acclaimed films, Shelley's role showcased her versatility as an actress. Her magnetic presence complemented the film's lively atmosphere and added to its entertainment value. The year 1966 saw Shelley taking on the female lead in Spin Out, another Elvis Presley vehicle. Her role in this film further demonstrated her ability to captivate audiences and share the screen with iconic figures of the time. Additionally, that same year she starred in Hold On, opposite British singing sensation Peter Noone of Herman's Hermits, expanding her repertoire and working with diverse talents. In 1967, Shelley continued to make her mark in Hollywood with her role in Clambake, once again alongside Elvis Presley. While these movies might not have received critical acclaim, they contributed to Shelley's growing popularity and showcased her ability to thrive in a variety of film genres. The late 1960s brought a significant shift in the cinematic landscape as a serious Vietnam-era stream of consciousness began to permeate film audiences. This cultural shift posed a challenge for actresses like Shelley Fabares, whose perky innocence had found great favor during the earlier Camelot years. Her trademark charm and wholesome image began to lose its appeal in the face of changing societal attitudes and a demand for more complex characters on screen. Following this change in audience preferences, Shelley faced a notably dry spell in her career. However, she demonstrated her resilience and talent by making a triumphant comeback with a role that showcased her dramatic abilities. In 1971, she portrayed the altruistic wife of a dying footballer, Brian Piccolo, in the emotionally charged and highly acclaimed television movie Brian's Song. Opposite James Caan, Shelley delivered a heartfelt and moving performance that not only revived her career but also earned her critical acclaim. Shelley Fabares seamlessly transitioned back to the small screen, where her talents continued to shine. She took on bright co-star roles in various television series, including The Little People, 1972, The Practice, 1976, and Highcliffe Manor, 1979. These roles allowed her to showcase her versatility as an actress, proving that she could adapt to different genres and characters with ease. In the late 1970s, Shelley embraced a more challenging and edgier character in the late-night soap spoof Forever Fernwood, 1977. This marked a departure from her previous wholesome image, and her portrayal of a prickly character demonstrated her ability to explore a broader range of roles. One of Shelley's career-defining moments came with her role as a malicious and vainglorious business competitor on the hit sitcom One Day at a Time, 1975. This series also featured her aunt, the legendary Nanette Fabre, as Bonnie Franklin's meddling mother. Shelley's contribution to the show added depth and conflict to the storyline, showcasing her ability to excel in both comedic and dramatic roles. In the late 1980s, Shelley found a substantial and enduring role as the resourceful partner of Craig T. Nelson's character on the popular series Coach, 1989. This role not only provided her with steady work for 8 seasons, but also earned her 2 Emmy nominations, reaffirming her place as a respected actress in the industry. During her mid-1960s fun-in-the-sun years, Shelley Fabares experienced both personal and health-related challenges that shaped her life journey. She was married to record producer Lou Adler during this period, but their relationship was marked by separations and ultimately ended in divorce in 1980 after nearly 14 years of separation. This period of her life was characterized by the highs and lows of fame and personal relationships. It was during this time of transition that Shelley found marital stability and happiness with actor and activist Mike Farrell, renowned for his role in the iconic television series Mazzy, 1972. Their union brought not only love, but also an expanded family, as Shelley became the caring stepmother to Mike Farrell's 2 children from a prior marriage. The love story between Shelley Fabares and Mike Farrell was a slow-burning one that began in 1970 when they first crossed paths on the set of the short-lived television series The Interns. However, it wasn't until 12 years later that their casual acquaintance blossomed into a romantic relationship that would change their lives forever. In 1983, a year after they officially started dating, Mike Farrell decided to take a significant step in their relationship. He proposed to Shelley Fabares in a Topanga Canyon health food restaurant, and she wholeheartedly accepted his proposal. Their engagement marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, one filled with love and commitment. Their wedding day was a joyous occasion that took place in the home of Shelley's veteran actress, Aunt Nanette Fabre. This special day not only celebrated their union, but also solidified Shelley's role as a stepmother to Mike Farrell's children from his previous marriage. However, blending their families was not without its challenges, and both Shelley and Mike were well aware of the complexities involved. Mike Farrell candidly acknowledged that the transition for his children was not easy. He recognized that his kids had developed a deep affection for Shelley, but also understood that they harbored a desire for their parents to reconcile. Despite calling himself the luckiest man in the world for having Shelley as his wife, he was keenly aware of the emotional turmoil his children were experiencing during this period of change. Shelley Fabares approached her role as a stepmother with compassion and dedication. She and Mike were committed to making their marriage work and providing their children with 2 solid homes. They were transparent with the kids, striving to include them in every aspect of their lives and decisions. Shelley went out of her way to embrace and support her stepchildren, offering them the love and patience they needed during the challenging transition. Understanding that divorce had been tough on the kids, Shelley knew that gaining their acceptance would take time. She demonstrated strength and courage, knowing that it was necessary to help the children navigate these difficult times. Additionally, Mike's ex-wife and her new partner played an essential role in supporting their children through this transition. The year 1994 brought an unexpected and harrowing experience for Shelley Fabares. What initially appeared to be a distressing accident turned into a complex medical journey that would challenge her resilience and strength. The ordeal began when Shelley fell through the floor joists of her under-construction home. The impact of the fall resulted in a devastating injury. She broke all the ribs on the left side of her body. The physical pain and trauma from this accident were significant, but little did she know that more profound health issues lay ahead. Following her fall, Shelley was rushed to the emergency room, where doctors immediately attended to her broken ribs. At this point, there were no indications of the serious health concerns that would later emerge. Doctors advised her to follow up with her own physician in a few days, primarily as a precautionary measure given the severity of her rib injuries. However, the follow-up evaluation would reveal something alarming and unexpected. Shelley's liver counts were described as being off the charts, a concerning development that raised immediate medical red flags. The medical team was puzzled by the sudden and severe abnormality in her liver function. Despite their efforts, they were unable to pinpoint the precise cause of the issue. Over the next several years, Shelley embarked on a challenging medical journey. While her liver counts remained consistently above normal, they appeared to stabilize, giving her some semblance of stability. However, the mysterious and unresolved nature of her liver condition casts a shadow of uncertainty over her health. In early 1999, Shelley Fabares' health took a sudden and alarming turn for the worse, marking a critical chapter in her medical journey. Out of nowhere, and without any warning, she experienced a life-threatening condition known as an esophageal bleed, characterized by sudden and severe bleeding in her esophagus. This terrifying episode prompted immediate action, and she was rushed to the renowned Cedars-Sinai Medical Center's emergency department. Shelley's recollection of this period vividly captures the gravity of her condition. She described herself as terribly ill, highlighting the severity of the situation that had befallen her. The sudden onset of this esophageal bleed left her in a state of immense vulnerability and uncertainty. Once stabilized by the medical team at Cedars-Sinai, Shelley received a sobering explanation from her physicians regarding the seriousness of her condition. This episode was not an isolated incident. Rather, it was closely linked to the progressive failure of her liver, a critical organ for overall health and well-being. At this juncture, it became evident that a liver transplant was not just an option, but a medical necessity. Dr. John Vierling, a nationally renowned hepatologist and the medical director of Cedars-Sinai's multi-organ transplant program, played a pivotal role in Shelley's journey. He provided expert guidance and explained the dire state of her liver. The damage was so advanced that it could not be reversed by medications alone. Moreover, her condition was so precarious that she was at risk of experiencing another life-threatening bleed at any moment, which could prove fatal. The news of Shelley Fabares' need for a liver transplant left both her and her husband, actor, director, producer Mike Farrell, in a state of disbelief. At the outset, they found it difficult to fully comprehend the gravity of the situation. Shelley recalled thinking of the transplant as a mere safety measure, something that she might not actually need. It was a natural response, a way of coping with the overwhelming uncertainty that lay ahead. Over time, however, Shelley came to terms with the stark reality of her medical condition. She had to confront the profound truth that, without a new liver, her life hung in the balance. It was a sobering realization that underscored the seriousness of her situation. The prospect of a liver transplant shifted from being a distant possibility to a critical necessity for her survival. In April 1999, Shelley Fabares was officially placed on the liver transplant waiting list. She understood that this could be an extended and arduous wait, as the demand for donor livers far exceeded the available supply. The harsh reality was that more than half of the people on the liver transplant list never lived long enough to receive a suitable donor organ. Shelley was acutely aware that she was essentially living on borrowed time, a fact that weighed heavily on her. The emotional and psychological strain of waiting for a life-saving transplant was immense. The uncertainty, the awareness of her vulnerability, and the knowledge that her survival was contingent on finding a suitable donor took a toll on her well-being. Yet, amidst the struggle, there was a level of acceptance within her. She recognized that her journey was marked by both physical and spiritual dimensions, and the experience defied simple description. Throughout Shelley Fabares' challenging journey towards a life-saving liver transplant, there were numerous moments filled with anxiety and uncertainty. One such example was when she described having a dedicated transplant pager that would go off unexpectedly, often due to people dialing the wrong numbers. The experience was heart-stopping and emotionally taxing for both Shelley and her husband, Mike Farrell. They recall how they would initially overreact with each false alarm, fearing that the long-awaited transplant opportunity had arrived. Shelley even humorously noted that they were concerned they might die of stress before we ever got the transplant. However, as time passed, they learned to manage their reactions and cope with the roller coaster of emotions that came with each pager notification. Despite the anxiety and questions that inevitably arose during this period, Shelley Fabares found solace in the support and guidance of her medical team. She spoke highly of Dr. John Vierling and Dr. Steve Colquhoun, the surgeon who would lead her transplant team and serve as the program director for liver transplantation at Cedars-Sinai. Shelley described these medical professionals as not only brilliant but also as kind and compassionate individuals. Shelley and Mike were grateful for the unwavering dedication of their medical team, who went above and beyond to ensure they understood every aspect of the transplant process. They recognized the importance of keeping Shelley and Mike informed, helping them to navigate the complex medical journey and, most importantly, providing the emotional support needed to stay calm during this challenging time. In Shelley's eyes, these medical professionals were nothing short of extraordinary individuals. They played a pivotal role in saving her life and giving her a second chance. Their expertise, compassion, and willingness to communicate tirelessly with Shelley and Mike exemplified the dedication of healthcare providers who go above and beyond for their patients. As Shelley Fabares endured the agonizing wait for a donor organ, her physical condition gradually deteriorated, marking a period of mixed emotions filled with both expectation and dread. She vividly remembered the overwhelming exhaustion that consumed her during this time. While she wasn't in constant pain, she felt perpetually drained and fatigued. Her life was dominated by sleep, and she found herself spending the majority of her days in a state of deep slumber. The simplest tasks, such as getting up for a glass of water, became monumental challenges. Shelley would often wake up feeling parched, only to be confronted with an overwhelming sense of fatigue that would prompt her to give up on the idea of quenching her thirst and return to sleep. The physical and emotional toll of this period was immense. Shelley's body was gradually losing its battle against progressive liver failure, leaving her with a pervasive sense of weakness and helplessness. The waiting game was mentally and physically draining, testing her resilience and endurance. Finally, after 22 months of agonizing anticipation, on October 23, 2000, the pager that had brought so much anxiety and hope over the months went off once again. This time, it was not a false alarm. It was the real thing. Dr. John Vierling, the hepatologist, who had been an instrumental part of Shelley's journey, delivered the long-awaited news. "We have your liver." The moment had arrived, and Shelley Fabares was on the verge of receiving a life-saving transplant. The transplant procedure was a resounding success, marking a turning point in Shelley's life. She had waited nearly 2 years for this transformative moment, and it had finally come to fruition. The donated liver would offer her a new lease on life, and Shelley's resilience and determination had carried her through the most challenging period of her life. Now, nearly 3 years after the successful transplant, Shelley reflected on her remarkable journey. While she would never wish such an experience on anyone and had no desire to relive it, she acknowledged that there were unexpected blessings that emerged from the depths of adversity. Shelley Fabares' journey through the trials of progressive liver failure and the life-saving liver transplant left an indelible mark on her life and perspective. She expressed that the experience had transformed her in profound ways, shaping her outlook on life and her priorities. One of the most significant changes in Shelley's life was her newfound perspective on what truly matters. She emphasized that her values and priorities had shifted since her health ordeal. The things that she held dear and cherished in life had taken on new meaning, and she approached life with a deeper sense of gratitude and awareness. Central to Shelley's journey was the unwavering support of her husband, Mike Farrell. She described him as an exceptional and monumental presence in her life. During her prolonged illness, he stood by her side every step of the way, accompanying her to countless doctor's appointments and offering his unwavering support. Shelley expressed profound gratitude for his presence and acknowledged that she couldn't have navigated the challenges of her health crisis without him. In a world where catastrophic illnesses can strain and even tear families apart, Shelley and Mike's bond only grew stronger and closer through their shared journey. Their love and commitment were a source of resilience, reinforcing the importance of family and support during times of adversity. What do you think about the eventful life of Shelley Fabares? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.